I met Honorable Prime Minister for the first time when he was then Gujarat Chief Minister. This was during my 100th Test match in Ahmedabad. So I played it so happened that my 100th Test match was against Sri Lanka in Ahmedabad, and he was the chief guest felicitating me on my 100th Test match by the BCCI and also by Gujarat Cricket Association. So that was the first meeting. And he invited me and my family over to his residence in Gandhinagar. So that was very special. It was very private. So I had the good opportunity to interact with him during that period, and it felt as though I have come to someone who I have known for a long time to their house, and that's how he made us feel. So I think that's the speciality of Honorable Prime Minister. My family, my wife and my young son and children were there, so they were really comfortable, made comfortable in his house. I spent almost half an hour to 45 minutes with him, and after the interaction, he was a wonderful host. We felt really special because he literally came outside, dropped us till the car, and then bid goodbye. I mean, that to me is really fresh in my mind, and it's remained so for so many years, the kind of interactions that I've had with him. Being the Chief Minister of Gujarat, I've had many interactions. Then subsequently, when he became the Honorable Prime Minister of our country, even then I've had many interactions. So every time it's been very personal. He recalls everyone's name in the family, he recalls my wife's name. And I think that to me is very special. And even here, when I met him in Bengaluru last year during the air show, he had come down, and some of our cricketers, friends were also there. And the interaction again was very similar. Spoke about cricket, spoke about how India has become a force in the international cricket arena. And I also spoke to him about a sport technology that I have developed, and I gave him a sticker, and I told him this is a part of the Make in India, Startup India program, and I'm as a startup, I'm also a part of that. So he was very happy, and he took the sticker with him. Someone who travels so much, meets so many people, has so many things to do in a day, yet he recalls every interaction that one has had, and that makes you very special whenever you meet him. The other interactions that I have had, officially once, whilst I was the Vice Chairman of the Karnataka State Wildlife Board, we went as a delegation. He was then the Gujarat Chief Minister. So we went to make a request for our Mysore Zoo, the Gujarat government, to give Karnataka the Asiatic lion to come from Junagadh Zoo. Whenever these kind of meetings happened, he was abreast of all the things that we would discuss, and he would himself point out, and I recall his knowledge on wildlife, on everything else, conservation. He was talking that. So you felt that it was not like there were other officers who were actually interacting. He was the one who was discussing all of that. Whenever there's an opportunity to congratulate the Prime Minister, I've always done that, and his office, the PMO, receives those calls and then conveys the message. If sometimes I get a call back, which is amazing. You don't even expect that, and it's wonderful to see that India is now grown in stature in the sporting world. Of course, cricket has certainly come a long way, but even other sports have come a long way. I'm really happy that we are hopefully hosting an Olympics very soon. I got to know that the Honorable Prime Minister mentioned about the incident in West Indies where I went and bowled with a broken jaw. He mentioned during his Mann Ki Baat, I think during the exam time for students, saying you need to be determined and you need to be focused, and irrespective of what pain one has, the focus needs to be on achieving your goal. I think that was the message that he wanted to give, and I was very honored when the Prime Minister of the country uh, takes an incident in your career as an example to inspire young students. It felt really special. It was a very pleasant surprise. On my 50th birthday, my wife secretly reached out to a lot of people, cricketers, my cricketing colleagues, then some of my contemporaries who I played against, players from Australia, West Indies, England, so all my contemporaries. And then she also reached out to very important people in India. And I never expected that I would receive a personal letter from the Honorable Prime Minister. So it's a very special feeling to receive a personal note from the Honorable Prime Minister on my 50th birthday. And he's done quite a lot for Gujarat cricket. His knowledge, not just about the administration, but also about the game itself, about players. He would ask, so what is this player doing? Why is he not in this team? So those kind of questions really sort of amazes you, because someone who's so busy and he has a lot of other things to, more important things to handle, but yet he was still keeping track of what was happening in the cricketing world. Certainly makes you feel really nice about it. And the best part was, it's not just about reaching out or congratulating when teams win. I think what I've seen of him is also when in sport you have disappointments. It's not always that you go and get a trophy all the time. So even during those times, he's been with the sportsmen. And that to me is a very special feeling, because it's not just reaching out to athletes when they win. It's also about reaching out to athletes when those disappointments have happened in sport. And that has been the hallmark of our Honorable Prime Minister, where he's reached out to athletes. I think the confidence that an athlete gets when your Prime Minister calls or interacts just before an event, saying, come on, all the best, we are with you, the whole nation is with you, it gives you a tremendous boost in confidence. And he's done that consistently throughout. I've seen that, personally with me, and also with not just cricket, but also other sports. And that is very special, because when your Prime Minister, before any tournament, interacts with you, or whilst, like I mentioned, it's not just about congratulating athletes when they win, but also putting an arm on their shoulder when things don't go well is equally important. And we saw that when India lost to Australia in that final in Ahmedabad, in that 50-over World Cup championship in cricket. But immediately after that, he was in the dressing room putting an arm on the shoulder of players. And then we saw how India responded in the T20 World Cup, went on to win the World Cup. So I think these moments remain a lasting impression on players and on athletes as well. And with Khelo India coming through, like I mentioned, hopefully India will be able to win the bid for the Olympics in 2036, and that will be a very special feeling. And this is something that he's had as a vision from the start, whenever I've had those interactions with him. So it'll be a dream come true when that happens. Whenever you interact with him, I've always sort of kept that it resonates with the kind of person that he is that he makes you feel absolutely comfortable. You don't feel sometimes heads of state, head of the nation, you always are a bit nervous, but with him, he makes you comfortable, gets very personal, he talks to you like any family member, and remembers all the meetings that you have had previously, and goes back to those and sort of asks, how has that progressed? So I think these kind of interactions certainly makes him very special, and the energy that he has, may he continue to have that kind of energy. I mean, nobody can really believe that someone can be so energetic with the kind of sort of time that he needs to give with running the nation. So it's wonderful to see him at the helm, and I wish him all the very best.